Hi guys, Neil Tappin here from Golf Monthly. As you can see behind me, this is the Sky studio. So I've been invited down today by the golf team to come and have a look at how they do their operations. Now, if you're not aware, this is where all of the, well, sort of 99.9% of golf coverage in the UK is put together. Sky Sports cover all the big golf tournaments, and they put them out from their offices here in West London. This is where their studios are based. And today I'm going to get the chance to meet Ewan Murray and Nick Dougherty as part of their sort of pre-Masters build-up. So they want to create a bit of hype around their Masters coverage, show us what they've got coming, show us some of the new and exciting developments that they've got coming in their studio. So we're going to get the chance to meet Nick and Ewan, and we're also going to be given a sort of behind-the-scenes tour of their studio. And it's obviously something that people don't get to see very often, so we thought, well, now is a good chance to bring you with us and show you around. So I know very little about how the whole TV operation works in the UK, so I'm very interested to find out. Okay, so before we go in, just a quick question for you to answer. Who is your favourite golf commentator? It doesn't necessarily need to be somebody on Sky. Any TV network, anywhere in the world, who is your favourite golf commentator? Hit the pause button, leave a little comment below, press play, and we'll take you inside. Right, this is the gallery at Sky Sports Golf. As you can see behind me, there's a pretty enormous bank of screens. They go on both sides of the room, and this is a sort of nerve centre, as you probably know. You've probably seen it a few times, not necessarily in golf, but this is where all the decisions are made about the broadcast that you're getting. In golf, it means that the guys at Sky will either get a feed that comes through from the European Tour, or a feed that comes through from the US TV provider, and that comes with it a whole host of different challenges, like when the ad breaks are coming, how do you get on camera the key moments of the tournament. And that's the role of somebody called the director, who sits just in here, and his job is to figure out how to sort of patch the whole thing together so that A, you're not missing a beat, you're getting the whole 100% of the story, B, that this is tailored for the sort of British golf consumer, the person sat at home on a Sunday night who's interested in what Tommy Fleetwood's doing, even though he might not necessarily be in the top 2 or 3 of the tournament. And also don't forget all of the interviews and the studio parts, the extra colour that comes into putting a broadcast together. It is, from what we've just learned just here, it's an incredibly complicated business, and that's, I guess, why there are so many different TVs and so many different people that work in here. And I can imagine that when it comes to PGA Tour events that finish at midnight, over here in the UK, that it gets quite tiring at the end. So save a thought for all the people that are sat in here, making sure that you understand what's going on a Sunday evening when you're sat at home with a glass of wine watching the PGA Tour. It really is pretty spectacular. Been any moments where you've been completely stuck and kind of, you know, golf's gone off the TV and you're just having to fill and you don't know what to say?
There was a moment where Phil had been looking at that trophy for about 10 minutes last week that I got a bit stuck. Yeah. No, I mean, the great thing is as well, we work with such good people that, you know, there's always something to talk about, you know, and that's one of the lovely things about having done golf or play golf for a living. I get to talk about all night. I effectively only come in here because I get a free dinner, and I get to watch the golf, which is what I do if I was at home as well. And then I get to hit some shots in the simulator as well. And it's a lot of fun. And the bit I would say that Jason didn't mention in here is that players generally find this more nerve-wracking than playing on tour. It is an eerie situation being in the shot centre when you're doing it, because it's live and you know it's live, and there's something about the red light and the camera it's just different to what they're used to. And there's you feel very judged when you're up here. Especially when I try and give people a hard time when they're up here as well. But it's amazing. You get guys who are still playing on tour, and they feel the nerves and the pressure in here because they know they won't be able to live it down because we're not going to let them off if they hit a bad shot.
Don't miss the screen.
No, not very often. That's just Dennis. No, it's you hit also. I mean, the last shot I hit in here was the worst one I've ever hit. I hit it fat and it went in the Atlantic. In the Pacific, it was what we were doing Pebble, wasn't it? In the Pacific, yeah.
Would have been even worse if it had gone in the Atlantic.
Yeah, that would have been even worse. That would be a bit of a push. But you'll notice that it's just like playing the game. It's the same. It has that feel for me now when I do it. Most guys will come in because we don't get a lot of time to prep. But if it was, for instance, like there, we did the par threes. So we knew we were going to hit on the par three. So we all had a go. And especially Dave Howell came in and did that show me. And, you're stiff as well because you jump it up, like the guys are saying, you jump out the chair to hit the shot. So you try and hit it beforehand to get a feel. But it's always live. Never record any of that sort of stuff because that's what we do. We do live TV. So, but you'll get up and you'll have prepped, think, yeah, it's a perfect 9-9. Perfect 9-9, great, yeah. So you get all ready to do it. And, of course, you pumps, though. And most of the time, it's amazing how often you hit it too far because it's just the environment of doing it when it's on TV. You just hit it 10 yards.
And Nick will also have, for example, me in his ear or the director in his ear giving him other instructions. So he's not just hitting the shot. He's not out on the golf course concentrating in his moment. I'm telling him where we're going next and can you move along, whatever it is, because we've got live golf again as the piece comes to an end and we want to get back to the golf. And so, you're having to have it in a monologue as well.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so you join me in the main Sky Sports Golf studio. This is here all year round, actually. So Sky have obviously a dedicated golf section because they cover absolutely every tournament in golf. And this is where the guys sit when they're in the studio to talk about everything. And I'm going to give you a bit of a view of what it looks like. So it's actually in here a little bit smaller than you might have thought. So that's the seating area where they sit. And then if I spin around, this is their shot centre. So this is where they'll hit their shots and analyse what's going on the golf course. So let's say they have David Howell in talking about the challenge of Augusta, for instance. David will then hit shots on that mat. And as Nick told us earlier, actually the players get very, very nervous because suddenly that camera there's usually a camera just over my shoulder here, goes red, it means you're live and there's no second goes. It's like, hit a good shot, you're a tour player, of course you're going to hit a good shot. Well, actually, it's pretty nerve-wracking. Now, just to give you a bit of an idea, they have TrackMans. There's a TrackMan behind me on the floor there, so that all the shots are being tracked that they hit into the projector screen there. This putting green that you see behind me, this is called a Zen putting green, and effectively it's on like hydraulics at the bottom, so it enables them to create the specific breaks that the players will be facing on the golf course. The putt that you can see behind me in the break there, that's what Sergio's winning putt was at Augusta last year, and they can put that little line down so it gives people who are watching on TV an idea of sort of what the players are expecting. So if I wander over to this part of the studio, you'll see a few shots of some of the leading players in the game of golf, and then over my shoulder here you've got Sergio Garcia. And this is it. Usually 3 cameras on in this room. The presenters will be in constant communication with the people in the gallery to find out when they're going to be on air, roughly what they need to be talking about at any given moment. But it can be quite hairy, so you can find yourself on air at very short notice. They have to wheel the TV screen out they've been watching the golf on, which is housed back there, and suddenly they're live and talking about the action as it appears. Guys, that's it. That's the end of my trip to Sky Sports. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave comments, hit the like button below. It gives us great opportunities to do things like this more often. So please do give us a like if you like the video. What an interesting operation it is. When you see it for yourself and you see how seriously they take golf, it sort of does make you realise that there's a reason we are kept so closely informed with what goes on in the world of golf. Their presenters know the game inside out, their producers are working on it week in, week out, so they know the sort of things that golfers are talking about. And their interviewers at Sky, they don't really often ask stupid questions, I would say that, and that's because they're doing it all the time. And that's been the biggest finding for me from this trip. The whole studio, it's there every single day of the year, and that just shows you how seriously Sky take golf. So that's it for now. Please do, as I said, leave us a little like if you like the video, but for now it's goodbye.